government of New Zealand tells citizens that conspiracy theorists are terrorists and to report them to the state. So this is absolutely crazy, you guys. So if you guys don't know, in Australia and New Zealand, they've kind of gone way off the rails within regards to mandates and lockdowns and how far they're going to push socialism and communism and the woke agenda. So right now we're going to watch this video. The government of New Zealand tells citizens that the conspiracy theorists are terrorists and to report them to the state.
Secret Service is launching an initiative to help us identify people who may have been radicalised.
Know the Signs details dozens of indicators that a friend or family member could be planning a terror attack. As Adam Hollingworth reports, the move comes as our spy chiefs identify a new and worrying type of terrorism.
These guys are crazy.
Time was when the intelligence services were never seen, never heard. But now they're loudly proclaiming your country needs you. To keep an eye on those you know, and if necessary, dob them in.
See, that's the thing. They need you to rat out your fellow man. In order for communism to work, they need to create a society where everyone is constantly ratting each other out in order to score higher on the social credit score system and things like that. For those of you who don't know, I actually had the privilege of living in Cuba for like 3 years prior to the pandemic. When I was in Cuba, a lot of people wouldn't speak openly about things. So you could never go to the bar and just talk openly or expect people to have open conversations about some of the things that are going on. However, once you get to know people and you're inside their home having coffee, all of a sudden they become more open and they begin talking about some of the atrocities and the things that are affecting their lives. This is what they are attempting to create in New Zealand. And this is what they need people to do. They need people willing to rat out their names.
Recognising a potential warning sign and then alerting NZSAS or police could be the vital piece in the puzzle that ultimately saves lives.
To that end, they're publishing a guide called Know the Signs to help us all identify potential terrorists in our midst.
To pay attention and to be alert so that if they see or hear about something that seems off, that worries them and concerns them, they might have a look at this information to say, does this indicate to me that this person is on the road to actually committing an attack?
Your friends are talking about conspiracy theories. Does this mean they're on the road to committing an attack? This is what leads to communism, starting to rat out your friends and family just to get ahead or just because they have different views than you. This is Communism 101, folks.
The SIS has listed around 50 signs, from obvious ones, like writing on a weapon, as happened in Christchurch, to
a person who is really developing an us versus them worldview.
Authorities say they're usually closely monitoring 40 to 50 potential terrorists. These people used to be motivated by their white identity or by their faith. But in the past 6 months, a third group has emerged.
Who's that?
Motivated by politics.
So it could be the COVID measures that the government took, or it could be other policies that are interpreted as infringing on rights.
See, there you go, guys. There it is right there. If you have a problem with the government's policies, now your friends and family, if you're living in New Zealand, now your friends and family can rat you out to the government, sell you out to the state. Just because you have different views and opinions about the lockdowns and mandates that have been plaguing our nations. This is absolutely insane.
And it's what I sometimes describe as a kind of hot mess of ideologies and beliefs, fueled by conspiracy theories. The
launch of the initiative Know the Signs is an indicator that the security services know that they can't do it alone. They need the help of the public. But to some, the guide is a first step.
So did you guys hear that? They can't do it alone. They need you. The security and intelligence agencies need you to rat out your friends. And guys, I'm telling you now, if this can happen in Australia or New Zealand, in some country like that, it can happen in Canada. It can happen in the United States. It can happen anywhere. We used to say this about New Zealand. It could never happen there. And look what's going on, you guys.
Only.
How do we upskill those people in our community who are much closer to people who might be potentially radicalised and get them to understand what it is they're seeing. That's our challenge.
Yep. That's their challenge. Their challenge is to make you willing to rat out your friends and neighbor in the sake of protecting the state. Again, guys, this is full-blown communism. We're seeing what's unraveling currently in these countries. Let me know your thoughts on what's going on in New Zealand. Is this a communist type of tactic and movement that they're trying to facilitate some socialist dictatorship? Or is this normal? Should people be told to rat out their friends? I'll let you guys be the judge.